iOpen a Restaurant is a great episode due to the mob movie references, but you can still appreciate this episode even if you aren't into mob movies. The other storyline that's happening about Carly and Spencer's apartment getting robbed is also great, but I'll talk about that one later. Gibby opening up a restaurant in the basement of the high school may sound too random and not very entertaining, but it actually works and keeps you entertained the whole way. When the kids go to eat at Gibby's for the first time, we see Gibby with this mobster/restaurant owner persona. This whole scene is a nod to mob figures, with Gibby being very accommodating to his friends in his new restaurant. Then Gibby with Sam starts speaking about getting a delivery. But the best scene is probably when Billy Boots goes to Gibby's and begins being disrespectful. It's a literal nod to the movie Goodfellas, and the scene is executed perfectly. Goodfellas is a well-known film, but even if you haven't watched it and don't understand the reference, the scene is still entertaining, especially because it has the iCarly magic added on. Sam is the enforcer, but both Gibby and Sam play the Joe Pesci character in this scene. In iCarly, it isn't rare to have crime genre references. In the episode where the kids are playing a paint shooting game, there's a reference to the hit HBO show known as The Wire. When Sam is about to shoot Gibby, they act out a scenario that's similar to a famous scene from The Wire.
You was never one of us. You never could be. How my hair look, Mike?
You look good, girl.
Like I said at the beginning, you don't have to understand the mob references to appreciate this episode. The other storyline happening is about Carly's apartment getting robbed, and although it is sad, leave it to iCarly to make a sad turn of events into a funny situation. Spencer tries making his own security system to protect the apartment, but none of his ideas are working. He finally makes a certain robot, but it goes haywire and shoots up Mrs. Benson. Overall, the episode is very entertaining for its entire duration. If you watched at a young age, then maybe you didn't notice the references, but as you got older, you start noticing the nods. You might wonder why the references were added if iCarly is a kids' TV show. But Goodfellas is a really iconic film and culture, and The Wire is also iconic. I can see why Dan Schneider added all the references throughout different episodes. Victorious has an entire episode based off the Breakfast Club film, but I'm a bigger fan of Goodfellas and The Wire, therefore I prefer iCarly's references. Disney Channel didn't really do this kind of stuff with their shows. If they did, then it would be with a children's movie or something that isn't rated R. Jesse did a Halloween episode similar to the horror film known as The Shining, and Zeke and Luther did an episode very similar to the Hangover film. This was the few times Disney Channel gave a nod to movies that weren't for kids. But let me know if you enjoy this iCarly episode as much as I do.